Hello, hello, hello. How exciting it is. Well, it's many things today. It's Soul Session Saturday. It's the 5-5 portal. We are going through the time of some beautiful crone goddess wisdom through the waning moon. There are so many things coming together here today that it's just perfect symmetry to do what we are about to do. So I'm going to share this to my Ascending Earth Creatrix group, and then we'll get started in just a minute. Let's see, Christine is here. Hey Christine, I'm going to share this also in Ascending Earth Creatrix, so we can have it there. But this is super, super exciting stuff. And I'm going to tag, actually, a friend or two. Hi, Christine. Happy Soul Session Saturday. Happy 5-5 portal. I swear I'm going to get started here in a sec. Okay, there I am. And I'm just going to call in someone who had asked me to tag her. Transcendent butterfly. All right, I think we're good to go. I'm live on my page. Things are happening. Okay. So hello, friends. Hi, Catherine Massell here, intuitive energy healer, spiritual growth catalyst, and Ascending Earth Creatrix. How are you? Welcome. This is such a treat that we are going to be able to bring in Goddess Kali today. One of the most exciting goddesses to work with right now, and I'll tell you why. I'm going to break that down for you in just a minute. This came in when I was in one of several different dream states last night, and I was taken through by Kali because I'm working with her as part of my Goddess Oracle template for the Ascended Feminine course that I'm teaching right now, and she's the goddess we're working with this Thursday. And connecting with her all week long and refining the experience of what we're going to be bringing in together on Thursday to our group. This is what I received last night, that it is the Descending Goddess Spiral. Hi, Cheryl. So we're working with Kali in her aspect as creator, destroyer, and particularly in this time of the 5-5 portal, because the angel number 55 is all about letting go of the old and bringing in the new. There can't be a better goddess to work with when you're using those energies and playing with those energies than Goddess Kali. We are also in the time of the waning moon. This is a time where we are feeling that retreat to go further inward, to have some self-inquiry, right? To look at shadow, to see what's there, to see what old energetic structures we have within us that we're ready to finally part ways with and feel empowered enough to do so fully, completely, boldly, so that we may step into that next level of our power, that next level of beautiful self-expression and our truth. So Kali as the destroyer of old energetic structures, that's who we're working with today. That's the aspect that we're working with here today when we work with Kali. She is that creator destroyer goddess. She's one of the most misunderstood goddesses, to tell you the truth. And the way she has been written about in a lot of the history books has mostly been by men. And so kind of getting the story a little bit incorrect. She's often associated with death and sexual rights, although that would be a pretty big misinterpretation of working with her. As I've been working with her in her Ascended Master aspect, and there's a reason why she's come through as an Ascended Master here this time. And I should explain that I've been working with, well, a lot of different goddesses, but 8 goddesses specifically who form what I call the Goddess Oracle template. And it is working with goddesses in their Ascended Master capacity because they have come here to assist humanity at this time of Ascension. So when we work with Kali in her Ascended Master aspect, we are working with her as creator and destroyer, truly the multifaceted goddess. And she embodies that powerful warrior goddess energy of protector and slayer, okay? Slayer of not necessarily evildoers, but slayer and destroyer of old paradigms, old belief systems, old energy structures that simply aren't supported as we're making headway on this path into planetary ascension, okay? She is this protector archetype that is very motherly at the same time. She's very nurturing, but at the same time that she's holding this energy of being this destroyer or slayer of old paradigms, old belief systems, old ways of being that simply are outdated, okay? And so as another aspect of her is working with her as the mother nurturer archetype, we understand that she's capable of birthing new ways of being, new paradigms of belief that are ready to take root and build new foundations of ways of being, ways of believing, ways of behaving, ways for new societal norms to take hold that are more in balance, that allow for more of a power balance between the masculine and the feminine. This allows, when we work with her energy as creator aspect, we really allow for all kinds of new empowered energetic structures of all kinds to take hold, to take root, okay? Hi, Olivia. Hello, my lady. So it's no wonder that Kali in her ascended master aspect, as I've been working with her, as I've explained, and also how we are working with her energies in the Ascended Feminine course that I'm teaching, she's hard at work right now, really. She's got her work cut out for her. As many timelines of 3D are collapsing simultaneously at a very accelerated rate as well. So these timelines that are entrenched in the rigid confines of 3D awareness, that are aligned with chaos, with grief, with war, violence, extreme poverty, sorrow, anger, loss, these are all collapsing all at once. And so she is helping to destroy these energetic structures, really kind of laying waste to them completely so that they are reduced to ash, because they simply are not supported anymore with where we're going on this timeline of 5D. And she's helping to put new energetic structures in place, because remember, she's destructor and creator. She's helping to put new structures in place in the collective that support these new ways of being. So she's a busy lady right now. But what is wonderful about working with these goddesses, and why specifically I created the Ascended Feminine, is that you're working with the goddess archetype not as someone who's meant to be worshipped, but meant for you to see that they are holding up a mirror for your own essence, that you hold that seed body of the goddess within you. And so when we work with the goddess in their Ascended Master aspects, we understand that we hold the same energy, the same essence within us. And it's like these Ascended Masters are lovingly coming here and holding up this mirror and saying, see, but this is you. We're here to empower you to do these things now, to actually be the embodied essence of who we are on this plane, so you can carry this work forth. And Katerina is here. Hello, darling. So in her creator aspect, she is awakening dormant aspects of who we are, right? She's awakening us to that seed essence of the goddess within us, okay? She's awakening dormant aspects of our soul being to help us rediscover our divinity, or to hold up that mirror and show us our own divinity. And one of the goddesses that helps us to activate truly our divine inheritance of being goddess in a body is Kali, okay? As women, we have this creator-destroyer aspect within ourselves. She helps us to remember our power and to reclaim it. Bring it back from really lifetimes of female oppression, okay? Experienced through patriarchal structures, societal norms that have not honored the power balance between the sacred feminine and the sacred masculine, okay? We've been at the mercy of these paradigms and these structures for so long, and you don't have to look too far or too wide to see that there is a resurgence of the divine feminine happening in a big, big way, yes? So we also work with, when we are working here in this very unique way with Kali today, with the descending goddess spiral, and I'll explain what that is in a moment. We're also working with her in the sense that we are bringing death to the ego, okay? Because that is another thing that keeps our identity really rigidly confined here to 3D awareness. the identity that we have largely adopted by default because we've allowed who we think we are or our truth to be dictated by the ego or deep-rooted patterns in the subconscious and through subconscious programming. We have been adopting a persona or an identity that is based on this holographic or illusory view of reality. Kali is one of those goddesses, especially in her ascended master aspect, that helps us blow that wide open and helps us to see the illusion for exactly what it is. That this is an ego-based structure of identity that really is not rooted in our truth at all and doesn't reflect much of our soul being. So when we work with Kali to destroy this illusion in her destroyer aspect, there is only the soul left behind. There is only the spirit. The fearsome destroyer aspect of Kali dissipates then when we destroy those ego structures. And then the nurturing mother aspect, that creator aspect of Kali emerges. And that gives us courage. Hi, Sarah. That gives us courage and inspiration then to put new energetic structures in place that are more aligned with our desires, more aligned with our goals, more aligned with our soul and our spirit. So we can create new ways of being from the void. Okay, and when we work with the creator aspect of Kali, we are working with the womb of no thing. She is the black goddess, and when you look at her, her skin is depicted as black. And the reason why is because she is meant to signify that womb of no thing, the void, from which all and everything is created, true source energy. So we work with that the beautiful sacred place of the womb. We work with the quantum fabric of the universe, where we are accessing true and limitless potential. Okay, does that make sense? If this feels big, take a deep breath, because it is. But let me tell you something about the time that we're in right now. We have the 5-5 portal. Today is all about casting away the old, burning away the old, destroying the old, and bringing in the new. Angel number 55, that's what that means. We are in the time of the waning moon. This is when we are accessing our crone goddess wisdom. Everything I'm saying to you right now, you already have accessed this on a soul level. Maybe not in this lifetime, but a part of your being, a part of your essence, a part of your true divine cosmic being already knows exactly what I'm talking about. So if this feels big, it's more of a reawakening to this. It's a remembering. You already know this. This is already in your DNA. This is already part of your cellular programming. Just by talking about Kali right now, we haven't even activated or stepped into her energies fully yet, but we're already embodying the seed essence of her creator-destroyer aspects within us. And she's already showing us and putting up that mirror in front of us saying, this is who you are. You've been taught to be afraid of your power, but that's not where we're at anymore. We're done with that. We're done playing house and being good and being nice. Okay? So if this feels big, I want you to take a breath. Okay? I want you to take a breath, okay? So we are working with this goddess energy spiral, okay? So throughout many, many thousands of years, the spiral has long signified the goddess, okay? Because it signifies the cycle of life. It signifies cycles. It signifies the goddess in all of her different aspects, okay? So it's this universal symbol of the goddess. We can access the goddess energy with this spiral, and since we are in the time of the waning moon, we are accessing the descending spiral today, because we're helping to not only pull away in this very, very powerful time of the waning moon, we're working with the downward spiral to pull the structures of illusion from our being, okay? We are stripping away the false identity that I talked about that is largely influenced by that self-centered or victim mentality part of the ego. This is where we stop believing the lies that we have bought and sold to ourselves over, this lifetime and many lifetimes before about being powerless, weak women. Okay, this is where we strip away the illusion of that as well. Stripping away all of those old paradigms and energetic structures that are inherent in patriarchal society. This is where we strip all that away, leaving only our soul essence intact. And this is fully intact when we work with Kali, and it's amplified, it's empowered. This is allowing us to better identify and integrate our soul lessons that are coming through at this time. So when we strip away using this descending goddess spiral today, what we are keeping the essence of the lesson, okay? That remains intact as well. Because that is how we, Kali is also the destroyer of karma. So when we keep the lesson intact, after we strip away all the layers in the hologram of illusion, when we keep the lesson, this is where our soul reconciles that experience within us. We negate all the soul contracts that we took that are keeping us in limitation or lack here in this lifetime. We release the ancestral karma that's been part of our DNA and our cellular programming, not only in this lifetime, but for several lifetimes, that are also keeping us in limitation, lack, scarcity, loss, grief, sorrow. They keep us playing out those same loop cycles of beliefs, the foundational belief systems, those core key beliefs that we hold that kind of go out in a million different directions and have all kinds of associated beliefs that are aligned with lack. This is where we are keeping the soul lessons at this time to strip away all that, but then to integrate all those disinherited aspects of self or disowned parts of self that we cast away because of these energetic structures. We call it all back. We call all the power back, okay? And in a sense, you can never really give your power away, but we can certainly hold the illusion that we have given it away. Okay, so we strip away that illusion too. So there's a lot of stuff going on here, but we're going to be integrating a lot of soul lessons here at this time to return to wholeness, enlightenment, and liberation. So this is very, very, very exciting. And so when we work with Kali in this way, it really helps us to attain personal mastery of our lives, of our experience, of every aspect of our reality. It helps us to return to that place of our divine inheritance, which is our sovereign power. And we do this through total self-awareness by stripping away all this stuff here today. It's like there's no stone left unturned. We get to see it all for what it is and for the bullshit story that it is, okay? So we're going to do this activation. If this feels like you're going to be distracted here in this moment, you may want to tune back into this at another time. If you don't have about 20 minutes or so to devote to this without distraction, I would maybe bag it and come back to it later. It will be on my YouTube channel. If you subscribe to my email list, if you go to my website, catherinemasel.com, and on the pop-up page, when you're on the home page, there's a pop-up that allows you to subscribe to my email list. So if you haven't done that already, I always send these kinds of activations if you're in my email list, okay? So I'll be sending that out in tonight's email if you're not signed up for that already. And I will, obviously the replays will be here on my business page, Catherine Masel Ascending Earth Creatrix, and in my Ascending Earth Creatrix Facebook group, okay? And of course on my YouTube channel. You are going to want to drink a bunch of water after this. You are going to be prompted to anchor in whatever messages or signs or symbols or imagery that may come in for you during this activation. This is a channeled activation working with Goddess Kali Ma. To anchor in some of these messages that you will receive during this channeled meditation, you may want to run a sacred bath for yourself. Maybe you have some of your favorite herbs, potpourri that you like to add to the bath, something purifying, something to cleanse away on a physical level, any other residue or spiritual debris that needs to go at this time. So essential oils, lavender, rosemary, but only a little bit of rosemary because that can be an irritant to the skin. Epsom salt bath, right? Maybe a little baking soda in there. It helps to really soothe the skin and pull out toxins. Some way of creative self-expression will help to root in or allow for a full integration of what messages come in for you. So drawing, painting, writing some poetry, singing, dancing, anything that is a creative outlet for you will help you to transmute any lingering negativity that needs to be healed or integrated, any trauma or shock from past lifetimes or this lifetime. Will help you to fully integrate the lesson of that and release whatever is left. And this is a good time to, especially in this time of the waning moon and the crone goddess wisdom, a really good time to draw some oracle cards for yourself. Maybe draw 3 for yourself with 3 specific questions, and maybe from your favorite oracle card deck. Will really help you to anchor in these messages here today, especially if they are unclear to you during the activation. Okay? So get yourselves comfy. You can be seated or laying down, it really doesn't matter. And start by taking a few deep breaths and closing your eyes. I have some beautiful music for releasing playing here, and I'll turn it up a little bit. Just keep breathing normally, feeling that cool air come in through your nostrils on the inhale, and that warm air exiting the nostrils on the exhale. And allowing yourself to go further and further into your physical being with each breath. You connect in, root in more deeply to your physical being. With each breath in and out, you also tune into the present moment, more fully, more completely, accessing more awareness, accessing ever-increasing levels of the now moment, the only moment, the moment of pure creation. And calling back all aspects of your awareness, all parts and pieces of you that are elsewhere, anywhere your focus or attention is elsewhere, calling all of that back to you now. All pieces washed clean in Source Creator's light. And in your mind's eye, I want you to begin to see that deep, deep blue of the darkest night. One of those nights where you barely see any stars in the sky, and it is so dark, a moonless night. See that color? It's almost like a deep, deep purple blue, almost black. And see that all around you. And this may feel very big, may be very expansive, as it reminds you of the void, which can invoke fear in you. And if it does so, simply take a deep breath in and pull this into your heart space. Know that this void does not exist without you. It exists within and without you. It is part of you. There is no separation between you and the void, and there's nothing to be afraid of. And as we are already experiencing the presence of Goddess Kali here, who is an excellent ambassador to working with the void, there is nothing to fear. You are in good hands. You are supported. Take a deep breath in and fully pull this deep, dark, expansive light into the heart space, filling it up. Filling up the lungs, expanding out from there, filling up the entirety of your physical being. And feel this shift into limitless expansion, even though it is confined within the physical body. You feel this expansion. And now allow this light to form a ball, a sphere of energy, of this deep, dark, light. Somehow it still holds light. Into a sphere right in the middle of the heart center. And from this sphere, a singular column of energy extends downward through the body, all the way down through the soles of the feet, deep down into the layers of the earth, going through dirt and rock and crystal, and extending all the way down into the crystalline core of Mother Earth. And here you may see the cave-lined walls of the core of Mother Earth, lined in jet, obsidian, even hematite, tourmaline, that even though in their darkness they hold glints of light, shimmers of light. And it feels very womb-like, very supportive, very ancient, very knowledgeable, very wise. And you allow yourself to be fully rooted and anchored into the crystal heart of this energy. And then pulling this all the way back up, through that connection, back up into the heart space. And then another singular column of this deep, dark light extends upward now, opening up the energy of the chest, the higher heart, the throat, the brow, going up and out of the crown, continuing up, traveling up, and going through the heart of your oversoul, the highest aspect of your higher self. And continuing this column of energy up still, going up further through space, time, dimensions, realities, extending all the way up, until you cannot imagine this cord of connection extending up any further. And you see it root into the divine creative matrix, this golden grid that extends out in all directions further than the eye can see and can only be felt as it extends and attracts you and links you to billions of points of light upon this grid, which is all life, all of source energy, everything within it and everything connected to it. And now we call for fully the energy of Goddess Kaliman, calling forth fully the energy of Goddess Kalima in her ascended master aspect. Calling her forth fully, you may feel warm as you call forth her energy. She is extremely powerful. You may see her adorned in many jewels, holding a golden staff in her left hand. And it is almost as if the crown on top of her head is lit with billions and billions of points of light, appearing as stars, lighting up this deep, dark energy as we connect with the quantum fabric of the universe, the deepest, darkest womb of no thing, the void. And from the golden staff that she is holding, she begins to draw a spiral of energy, drawing a descending spiral, going counterclockwise as she draws it. And she's drawing it just above the crown of your head. And it is this moving and living spiral of energy. It's very expansive. It's very shimmery white, very, very bright and illuminated above you. And now as you notice this spiral of energy moving, shifting, it starts to turn like a corkscrew. and starts to come down through the crown of the head. And you fully allow this spiral of energy to enter into your physical and energetic field. And creating this intention as this continues its downward descent through all of the energetic structures within and without the body, that it is pulling away old belief systems. Anywhere you are adhering to old energetic structures, paradigms of belief that are rooted strongly in the patriarchal structures that have kept us oppressed as women for so long. Any parts or pieces of us that we have felt shamed or embarrassed or have blamed even ourselves for not trusting our power, aligning with our power. Anywhere we're holding shame, resentment, blame, lack of belief in any of the energetic structures in our own body, as this dissension continues, it is pulling those down through your energy. Anywhere you've been holding this on a physical level in the body, anywhere there's trauma or shock, or any oaths, vows, or agreements that we've been complicit in keeping these paradigms or structures of limitation alive within us, and where we've been holding the physical manifestation of that in the body, releasing this as well. Releasing any emotional body distractions, blockages, barriers within us. Also attracted to the energies of this downward spiral, descending through the body, continuing still. Going down through the pineal gland, anywhere we've disinherited that aspect of self that is aligned with intuition, inner knowing, where we haven't allowed our inner guidance to have a voice over the intellect. Releasing that into the spiral, taking it down, down, into the throat. Anywhere we haven't allowed ourselves to tell the truth, to speak the truth, to even know the truth, to even know the truth when we see it, to have any awareness of the truth, to deny the truth. Sending that into the downward spiral as well. Going down through the heart space, the higher heart, and in the heart. Healing anywhere we are holding grief or loss for years of disinheriting or disowning the most powerful parts of our being. As we release this grief and loss, it is okay to cry here. It is okay to release. If you feel tears coming, don't hold them back. If you want to scream, go ahead. If you want to laugh out loud, go ahead. There is a lot of pent-up energy here for many of us. Disinheriting or disowning parts of ourselves over lifetimes is painful. That loss of self, that misplaced identity, that if we inherit it again, we are in more alignment with our spiritual truth and our power than we will ever have been. Allow that to be, allow for this release. If you find it's hard to lose that hologram identity that you've forged for yourself based on this false ego, this false truth of who you are, I want you to imagine in your mind's eye, extending your hands forward, and that this energy is held in your hands and you're simply offering it up to Kali. Like this beautiful offering. Let her take it into that womb of no thing. It will dissipate, it will be transmuted forever. Take a deep breath in and release. And bringing this down into the solar plexus now. Anywhere we've disinherited or disowned our willpower, that we've made a choice time and again not to be in our power. We've made decisions that weren't in alignment with our true power, our true soul essence, our true divinity. Anywhere we've denied our existence as goddess in a body and all the power that is in alignment with that. Releasing that into this downward spiral as it continues its descension down through the body, into the sacral region, anywhere we are still holding wounds in the womb, from those parts of self that maybe have been aligned with the shock or trauma of childbirth. Maybe some of us who were midwives in past lives, or maybe even this one, and were killed or tortured for having the ability to assist in the sacred art of childbirth. There's definitely some big releasing here happening for that. Just stay with the breath. Anytime you feel like you're going out of the body, take a deep breath in, using it as a vehicle for your intention to ground yourself back in your body. Stay with this release process. I guarantee you, when you get to the other side of this, it will feel like such liberation, such enlightenment, and such empowerment. So stay with this, please. Moving through any other energy here in the sacral region where we have felt shame for being women, shame for menstruating, shame for being pregnant, shame for holding any energy that made us female but made us feel like we had to be shameful of being women in any way, shape, or form. This may have included having more knowledge of healing as women, and we were punished for it. That's a big one too. Healing lifetimes of the scars, the trauma, and the shock that we hold here. Simply allowing this to release. Again, if you're having trouble with this, imagine in a gesture of offering this energy up, offer it up to Kali Ma, and she will nurture and support you in this process of releasing. Okay? And stay with the breath. And going down into the root chakra, anywhere we've felt unsupported because we were women, or felt like we had to lean on others because we were women, anywhere we felt we had to look outside, look externally for support, that we felt like we couldn't sustain ways of being through our own power, through our own design, through our own creativity, through our own inspiration. Releasing that. Anywhere we're not grounded into our own female bodies, these beautiful structures that hold all these life-giving and nurturing qualities. Anywhere we don't feel rooted or at home in that body. Healing and releasing this completely now, destroying any structures or paradigms, either individually or in the collective, that are supporting this feeling or this belief that women can't support themselves, that women aren't autonomous, that women aren't powerful in their own right. Anywhere you've disinherited your sovereign power and sent it out of your physical being in this lifetime or any other lifetime, calling that fully back in and releasing anything else into that downward spiral. And seeing the spiral of descension now completely go down through the pelvic region, through the legs, carrying any energy in the legs, any fear of moving forward in this lifetime in our sovereign power, releasing that into the downward spiral. Continuing down and going out now through the soles of the feet. And with the help of Gaia, pulling this energy down through the magnetic attraction of the core of Mother Earth, pulling this goddess spiral of descension down now through all the layers of the earth, allowing the layers of healing earth to transmute all of these energies. You have now, in perfect confidence, bravery, and courageousness, allowed yourself to release. And taking a final breath in and fully releasing anything else that feels heavy or dense, tight, constricted from the body. Releasing it deep into the layers of the earth and going beyond the core of Mother Earth, and in your mind's eye, seeing you come out the other side, emerging into the womb of no thing, that darkness, quantum fabric unit of the universe that signifies the void. And as you enter into this other side, you see yourself floating, free, liberated, awakened, fully aware, fully empowered, alive and expanded in every part of your being, as you are held in loving embrace of Kali Ma's nurturer, creator, great dark mother. And now consciously connect to that cord of connection that plugs you into the divine creative matrix above you, and beginning to pull this cord of connection back down through all the layers of time, space, dimensions, coming back down through the crown of your head, back into your heart space. Taking a deep breath in, grounding this energy into the heart space, and now continuing that column of connection all the way back down through all the layers of the earth, going back into that crystalline core of Mother Earth, with the caves lined in hematite, tourmaline, jet, obsidian, connecting with the space once again, and asking Gaia to further cleanse or transmute any lingering negative energy that is ready to be released and is no longer aligned with your highest good at this time. Thank you, Gaia. And now gathering this pristine and perfect energy, bringing it all the way back up through the soles of the feet, connecting up and anchoring into every aspect of your physical being, taking this energy all the way up to the top of the head. And allow yourself to completely, energetically disconnect from this transmission now. Thanking Kali Ma for her beautiful energy, support, and awakening energies. So it is. And when you're ready, take a deep breath in and open your eyes. Well, so we're back. I hope that was a beautiful integration of energies for you. And please use this thread to share anything that came in for you, any revelations, any messages. I want to remind you that it is really, really important to drink a lot of water. You may have released some toxins. You probably did, most likely. Emotionally, when we release toxins in the physical body as well. So you're going to want to flush that out. Clean, pure water, maybe a bit of lemon in there to help you out, and maybe flush some stuff out from the liver as well. You may want to anchor in whatever messages came in for you during this transmission by drawing a sacred bath, purifying herbs that you like, essential oils that you like, Epsom salt, a little bit of baking soda, listening to some nice, beautiful, sacred meditation music as you do so. Creative self-expression, so draw, paint, write some poetry, dance. It'll help you transmute any lingering negativity and to heal and integrate any trauma or shock that you were reviewing as you went through this activation. Draw some oracle cards from yourself, from your favorite oracle deck. Maybe pull 3 cards for yourself. And it will help you to anchor in some of the messages that maybe were unclear or you were maybe asking for more discernment on as well. So let's see what Katerina says. That was amazing. She came to me very clearly, and she was doing some other healings for me and gave me a message. Beautiful. Very familiar too. Yes, because we all have these seeds of the goddess within us, and when we do these awakenings, it helps us to activate these once again, where we go through a process of remembering our divinity. I had a hard time fully connecting, so I will re-listen again. I kept wanting to cry, but couldn't fully. It's been a weird day or week. When I have trouble with that, I really like to watch movies like Fried Green Tomatoes, Steel Magnolias. That makes me cry every single time. Anything with animals in it, I'll usually cry. So if I find that I just can't get it out, I can't fully release, I'll do that. Or, you know, if I'm feeling really frustrated or angry, for me, my remedy is laughter. So I'll watch one of my favorite comedians and I'll crack up, and that'll make me feel. Never fails, I fell asleep. Okay. I would listen to this. If you did fall asleep, ladies, I would listen to this again. I'm also going to put this up on my podcast. So I know some of you, it's easier to listen to an audio version of this. So I will put this up on my podcast tonight as well. Do listen again. And if you find you're going to that mode of falling asleep, you can still listen and you can still be tuned in, but get up and move your body a little bit. You know, kind of roll your shoulders, move your neck on your shoulders to keep yourself awake. Because sometimes it's really important to consciously check into or plug into and fully hear everything that's coming in with the transmission, okay? After you put the kids to bed and watch something good. Yes, absolutely. All right, ladies, thank you so much for sharing your time with me this evening. This has really been such a beautiful integration of energies, and I do hope that you enjoyed it, and it brings some further enrichment for you during this time of the waning moon in this 5-5 portal. You're so welcome. Bye-bye.